For too long, Tracy Connolly and Stephen Barker enjoyed the protection of the courts. But baby Peter's mother and her boyfriend can finally be named as the couple responsible for the death of an innocent. It was here at this North London hospital where baby Peter's short life ended and where the full horror of this tragic case unfolded. He was admitted to accident and emergency in August 2007 with multiple injuries, including a broken back and fractured ribs. Inflicted by a man who should have cared for and protected the toddler. But then Stephen Barker had a history of sadism, of torturing both people and animals. Abused and brutalised himself as a boy, Barker developed into a classic bully. He had a fascination for Hitler and kept a collection of Nazi memorabilia, including helmets and daggers. Haringey Council have vowed to learn the lessons of this tragedy, where baby Peter's abuse was never uncovered, despite numerous visits by social services and the fact he was on the at-risk register. But Tracy Connolly knew how to work the system. She grew up around social services. Her mother suffered from drink and drug problems. Her biological father was a sex offender and absent for most of her life. And at 12 years old, Connolly was sent to boarding school for delinquent children. This was Tracy Connolly's wedding in 2003 to baby Peter's father, but she would soon begin cheating on him with Stephen Barker. Connolly and Barker moved here to Tottenham, where the abuse began. His mother did her best to hide his injuries, smothering his face with chocolate on occasions to cover the bruises. Neighbours here remember little of the family who kept such a horrific secret, until the day an ambulance pulled up outside the house.
Walked down to the corner to have a look, and I saw the ambulance man rushing out, cradling the baby in his arms and taking it into the ambulance. It's shocking to know that these sort of things go on, you know, in this sort of area that you're living in.
Tracy Connolly told friends that initially she was happy living in this house with Stephen Barker, but things changed dramatically when Stephen's older brother, the third defendant in this case, moved in here. Jason Owen had a long history of deceit. He had previous convictions for theft and arson after setting his home on fire to claim back the money. He was on the run from the authorities with his 15-year-old girlfriend. And although he was bailed following baby Peter's death, he was rearrested after applying for a passport. We can also reveal that the brothers were arrested in the mid-90s over allegations they bullied and assaulted their elderly grandmother at this house in Kent to try to get her to change her will. But the 82-year-old died of pneumonia before her case could be brought to court.
We'd heard that she had been terrorised by the boys. They'd bought Guy Fawkes masks that stood at the window with them. They'd frightened her. They'd locked her in a wardrobe looking for her will. They'd locked her indoors so that she couldn't go out. Then they forced her to go out to the bank to draw money out for them.
In a cemetery in North London, a tiny gravestone bears the simple first name initial of an anonymous victim. But the lifting of this court order now allows baby Peter Connolly the dignity of his name back.